Tonight on the PageantCast, I couldn't be more excited. My very good friend Melanie Cholka, International Super Mrs. 2018, is live in our studios at the mighty TKPN headquarters in the land of lakes and landfills, Muskego, Wisconsin.
Welcome to the PageantCast, your home for beauty pageant news and interviews on the internet.
Hi, I'm Emily Sauer, your 2014 Pure American National Queen in the Ms. Division, and you're watching the PageantCast with your host, Tim Kretschmann.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Muskego, Wisconsin. And things got entirely more beautiful here today because here in the studio, we have Melanie Cholka. She's International Super Mrs. 2018. How you doing, Melanie?
Awesome. Thanks, Tim. Thank you so much for having me. I look forward to a great show tonight. I'm looking forward to those questions coming in.
Yeah, I see Janet's already saying hi. Hello to Janet. We're excited to have you a part of our show. Not often you get the director listening in, so you better be on your best behavior is what I'm telling you, young lady. So we're going to try to behave. We've known each other for a very long time now. So I'm going to start with the question I ask so often, and that's about your pageantcedents. What have some of your past pageant experiences been, and what led you to Super?
Well, as you said, Tim, that you've known me for many years, so you've known that I've done quite a few pageants, and that I think that each one brings about some great opportunities for being able to volunteer, being able to meet new friends. So it's kind of a progression you go through and you grow through them. So what's led me to the Super Pageant through these years I've watched all the winners and what they do with their title. And so that's what caused me to enter was being able to promote Janet's her national platform, which is when you do win the international or the super classic titles, you get that opportunity to promote her.
Well, let's go to the platform. Okay. There it is. Okay. I found it. Buckle Up. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, as I said, it's a national platform, and it's important for you to promote that national platform of seatbelt use and awareness. And as you've known me for many years, you know that I've always been an advocate of self-esteem and building self-esteem, helping young people do that. So when I did try out for this title, I had a great beginning speech, and if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind saying my speech.
Go ahead. Go ahead. That's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, let me get you on a one shot here.
Okay.
There we go. Straight in. Okay.
Great. Believe in yourself. Believe you're worth it. Believe you're worth it to buckle up in the car every time. The years I've spent as a program director for self-esteem has led me to be able to help Janet out with her platform of seatbelt use and awareness. I now have teenage boys who I think it's very important for me to instill in them the importance of buckling up in the car, but not just them, all of my self-esteem students as well. So I always carry this seatbelt to remind them. Believe in yourself. Believe you're worth it. Believe you're worth it to buckle up in the car every time.
Wow, fantastic.
That's my own.
That is great. Now, is it your, I think it's time for show and tell.
Well, I not only did I bring my seatbelt.
Okay, hold on. I got to press a button, though. I always have a button to push.
Press a button.
Okay, there it is. Show and tell time. I have to write it on the blackboard. Okay.
Show and tell.
So what is that? That's just a miniature, because nobody could actually use it in the car.
Miniature seatbelt, just as a reminder every day when you're wearing this beautiful seatbelt bracelet.
It's
to buckle
a bracelet.
up in the car.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was thinking that would not make it around my belly.
So I have more,
so you know.
I have more than just this for show and tell.
Okay.
For my year that I've spent promoting seatbelt use and awareness, I've also had many opportunities to visit schools, daycare centers, and to be able to share with them from Wisconsin activity books about Click It, the cricket.
Click It to Cricket.
As you just heard, the
Click
Click
a
It.
second and see if we can get a shot right there. Click It to Cricket.
So as you also heard the Click It on the seatbelt,
Right.
that's Click It to Cricket. So it reminds kids to buckle up in the car every time. So I've had the opportunity to be able to go out and promote seatbelt safety with kids by offering them little stories. I actually wrote a book. I didn't bring it with me. I
Okay.
should have brought my book that I wrote. I wrote a book about seatbelt safety, and I also had it published. So it's available online.
I am glad that it's a cricket and not a cicada, because then it'd be very loud.
It would be.
It would be very loud.
No,
so
we just have this little click. That's
that
it.
is cute.
It's
I like
adorable.
that. I like that. And for those of you listening on the audio, you should see the video so you can see this cute little bracelet that we have there. And I noticed that your crown is a little bit different. It's there's a color to it.
There is. There's a reason why.
Okay, tell me the reason.
One of the great things that Janet offers at the America's Super Pageant is the opportunity to try out for the international title.
International.
And that is the contestant with the highest points at the pageant gets the international title. So I was blessed with this opportunity to be international super misses.
Well, fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about Super so I can make sure I remember everything from the time I went.
Okay.
What are the phases of competition?
Well, the phases of competition are different this year than they were
Ooh,
last year.
okay.
They have changed them. The fitness wear, they're now doing fun fashion wear.
Okay.
So last year there was fitness wear, so swimsuit for the younger gals and fitness wear for
Okay.
the classics. So this year,
It's fun fashion.
fun
wear.
fashion wear.
Okay.
And then, of course, the gown.
The
The
gown.
gown,
All
that's
right.
evening wear. And then interview.
Interview. You know what I'm going to ask you. Panel style, length, how...
It is panel style. It is 5
panel.
minutes. 5 minutes.
It's
long.
5 minutes. 5 minutes can be an eternity.
It sure can.
So, yeah, that's good. Fantastic. What's your favorite phase of competition?
Well, I have one more phase that was in there.
what?
It's very important and it's very unique to this particular pageant, and that
Okay.
is earning points for promoting seatbelt safety. So you get to earn extra
That's
points. So
right.
that's another portion of the pageant. So as a contestant for the national pageant, you get to spend your state reign promoting seatbelt use and awareness, and then you get to earn up to 20 points.
I will never forget going to Hamilton, Montana, and we stood out on the street and promoted safety belt usage because their main street is surprisingly active.
Oh,
Surprisingly active.
Great.
For what is a rather small town, that main drag really gets a lot of people there. So we got in a lot of eyeballs that day. And that was kind of fun.
Well, that was
prior to the competition.
right. That's one of the great things also about the America's Super Pageant is that Janet plans some fantastic outings, and they're not just fun. Fun is great, but they're also for a great cause as well.
So what's so super about super pageants?
Well, not only is it super because you get to be in such a super place as Montana. I know that when you're thinking about entering a pageant, chances are you're going to have to travel to get there. So
Right.
what is the difference if you're going to travel to Florida or California? Or why
Well,
not
I
add
mean-
Montana to your list?
Yeah,
Because
let's face it, most of the pageants are being held in Vegas or in Orlando, Florida. Those are the two main places. There's a very good chance you've gone to one of those if you're competing in pageants for any length of time.
right.
Hamilton's unique. It's right in the Bitterroot Valley in the Rocky Mountains.
Right.
To me, it reminded me a lot of my time in Germany. Just gorgeous area. It's worth checking out, and the community really backs this pageant. they're very much on board.
Well, those are some of the fun things that we're going to be doing this year is, yes, because the community does back the pageant, having a parade in the city. They will give us our own America's Super Pageant Parade. So I'm looking forward to that. Last year, the pageant was held in Missoula, also a lovely, lovely city. That is where you fly into when you come into the pageant. So I'm looking forward to seeing Hamilton this year.
That is one of my all-time favorite airports because it's so quick. And you feel like you went into somebody's rec room. It's like one big room.
And when you rent a car, those of us from metropolitan areas will find this very unique. Here's the keys. Yeah, the car's over there. That's it. There's no checkout. They just hand you a set of keys and say the car's over there.
And you go out a set of doors that looks like it's a gymnasium, and you just go out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And it's like, climb in the car and go. You don't have to check out. You don't have to drive over those scary nails that they make you drive over at a lot of them. You don't have a shuttle ride for 30 minutes because literally it's 20 steps from the door.
It's wonderful. It
is
my God.
So
it's immediate relax when you start your descent into the Missoula Bitterroot Valley. It's instant relaxing. So if you're considering a pageant, just for that fact alone, it's so fabulous to go to Montana.
I love the drive from the airport to Hamilton. That was just fantastic. But
so Janet last year took us on a hike up and through the mountains.
Through the mountains?
Oh.
Isn't it high up there?
Oh,
there a lot. Yeah,
okay. Sorry, you just had to. It was wonderful. So those are the kind of fun things that she has planned for all of the contestants. So highly recommended.
Fantastic. Well, the next thing we're going to try here, I have something here in my hands.
Oh, no.
This is
I'm scared.
the box of mystery.
The box of mystery.
I have all sorts of questions from pageants that I've been a judge in. And I'm just going to pick one at random in here. Here it is.
Yeah. Do I get to see it first? Or?
No.
Oh. Okay.
You'll be lucky if you get to hear it. Okay, here we go. What advice do you have for future competitors?
The advice that I have for future competitors is now and always will be is to enjoy every single second because this is an adventure. It's a fabulous adventure as a contestant. So whether you're going down the street in Hamilton, Montana in a parade, hiking up a mountain, visiting with all of the other contestants, enjoy every second of it. That's my advice.
Fantastic. Hey, we're starting to get some activity in the chat room. We're going to pop that open here. Let's see if I hit the right button this time. There we go. Questions from the chat room. And actually, these are comments from the director who is fact-checking us as we go. That's what's happening here. First of all, she is correct. I do look wonderful.
Yes.
I'm glad that
Janet
she
said
noticed
you look wonderful.
Oh. Yeah, she also said you look wonderful.
Oh, well, that was nice. Thank you.
Yeah, but let's face it. Okay. Husbands love it for the fishing and hunting. So, yeah, well, it's the wilderness out there.
Beautiful.
It's just gorgeous. I said the photos I took on that trip, I could take almost any of them and make a puzzle out of it. You know, just send it to one of those places, and they can put a puzzle in there. Let's see. Yes, we're going to a rodeo.
That's why I wore this cowgirl outfit. I have cowgirl boots.
You know what? You got to show the belt here. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, there's the belt. You can see right there. She went full cowgirl, but I mean that makes sense in Wisconsin. We have more cows than almost any other state.
That's right. Original cowgirl. So. That's what I said.
You know what's funny though? I'm here we go. I'm going off on a side. This was going to happen when Melanie and I get together. I go to the Beef Council each year. Do you ever go to that at State Fair Park?
No.
It is so strange because, of course, Wisconsin's got a lot of steer, and we know that California is real big in it. But when you see up close a Texas Longhorn from Texas, those things are gigantic. They can't get through some of the doors at a Coliseum.
Wow.
They got to kind of like, I don't know, they turn their head or something. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I love that thing. I love going to that.
I got a funny story for you about cows.
Okay.
I was telling Tim before the show began is that I now own a refrigeration company. And one of the things that we do with this refrigeration company is we have cow coolers. Oh, yeah. You're going to say what? A cow cooler.
Yeah, it's a cold milk, isn't it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, what it does, when you put your cows in the cooler, their coats grow very thick.
That makes sense because they would...
desirable. So they do it right before the fairs to make their cows the prettiest cows. So we work on a lot of cow coolers.
Cow cooler.
Cow coolers. It's very popular. Yes.
You know, I've been in coolers. They aren't the easiest to clean. I'm not sure I would want a cow in there for an extended period of time.
It's dedicated for just cows, so it's all
good.
It's all good.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. And at this year, according to Janet, and I think we can trust Janet on this.
I think we can trust.
Yeah. You're going to be on the set of a TV show.
Awesome. You mean...
That's pretty cool.
Well...
I remember the year I went... And trust me, I wasn't competing. When I went and was stalking these poor ladies, she went to a local radio station, and they basically took it over.
Yes.
So it sounds
we did that
like
last year. It was fun.
It is fun.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
See, I started with radio. I love radio. I think it's one of the few places where it's a little more freewheeling, and you can kind of follow where you're going and start talking about cows going into refrigerators and things like that. You would never get on that on a TV show. I say as we're on YouTube now.
Well, you know how they say that you have a face for radio? Not Tim. No.
No, I have the body for that.
No. No. So yes, I am looking forward to going to the rodeo this year, and that is one of the great things, again, about going out to Montana, is that it's not just for the women. There are so many things for the guys, the husbands, to come along and do.
Oh, yeah. It's a fabulous place. Everybody should check it out. I should ask you. Yeah. When is it happening?
Oh, it is. That pageant itself is September 8th. It's Sunday, September 8th. The gals all get there, of course, for all the festivities for the weekend. So the weekend prior, 6th, 7th. And we're looking forward to a beautiful scenery once we get there.
They have a nice stage out there in Hamilton. It's high school, if I remember correctly. And you go out the doors, and it's like a beautiful mountain. So it's like, you could. I remember taking pictures in a high school parking lot, and I'm like, this is gorgeous. You would usually go to, I'm gonna date myself. You would go to Sears and ask for that background, stuff.
Right, everything.
Yeah, it's just you can't take bad pictures.
Right, I was just gonna say that. No matter where you are, there, it's just gorgeous.
We got more information coming in from Janet. Now I got to press buttons again. She's doing this just to see if I can press buttons.
Oh, gracious!
I think it's this one.
Well, she said we were also going to be on the radio as well as a TV show for this year when we're out in Montana. So looking forward to that.
Okay, it says the Gunfather TV show is on the Outdoor Channel, and the stars, Louis and Teresa Tuminera, will be our tour guides. We'll be back on the radio as well. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's awesome.
That's why I wanted to go back.
Now, there's still some time for folks to get involved, I believe, right? The entries
it's only
did
a couple
close.
Days away.
Yeah,
I'm leaving in a
that's
couple
right.
of days.
Yeah,
so.
Entries are closed. But if you're interested in going out, and I would suggest it highly for folks, it is September 6th through 8th. It's a nice little trip. You don't have to tell anybody. Just go and have a great time.
Come on.
You go to americassuperpageant.com. Now, it's Americas, so there's two S's. There, let me see if I can, how good I am at the pointing. There. Yeah, right over there. America's Super Pageant. I also found that if you just Google search on it, it finds it pretty easy too. So
Awesome.
That's good. Lots of great information there on all the competitors, and you can sign up for next year. I am going to bet right now that Jana is going to take next year's applications already. So if you're interested, a good idea is to go out to the pageant the year before, get a feel for it, and then you go back and you're totally prepared. There are, now I'm seeing the age divisions here. I'm seeing preteen, teen, Miss, Ms. for single and divorced, 26 and above. That's my favorite.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Well, I guess why?
Because you're 26 and above? Could that be?
Yeah. I'm 26 in this hand. Anyway, and then we have Mrs. All ages married. Classic is 50 plus, and then we have Queen for plus size. So that is 1, 2, 3. That's 7 age divisions plus the international crown.
Plus the international. Yeah.
So a lot of activity there in that pageant. I will tell you, and I wouldn't lie to you just because Janet's on there, that's a quick pageant. She keeps it moving.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of titles. I know sometimes people are scared. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to be sitting there for 3 hours. And trust me, that does happen at pageants. But this one moves fast, I thought.
It does.
It goes
She's
pretty good. And
very organized.
yeah, I wouldn't want to be backstage. It seems like you guys are moving pretty fast back there.
It's fun.
I wouldn't want to be in the way.
It's fun.
You get run over. But that's where you need the safety belt, is right backstage. That's what you should. What does the button say? I didn't have
Ford.
Ford.
So it's a seatbelt.
See, I couldn't even get this around my wrist.
It's not a real seatbelt. I made it.
Are
out
you
of a
sure? This
keychain.
looks like one.
It was a keychain, and I just made it into a bracelet.
This is super cool.
I know.
It's super cool. All right.
One of the things I did forget to mention,
Okay.
as I did a little bit of my speech,
Yes.
part of the competition as well is your introduction with.
The introduction, some points.
And you also talk about your platform and how you will incorporate yours along with
the
the
safety
national.
belt.
Right.
Okay, that's fantastic.
So I didn't want to forget that.
Okay, anything else? I want to make sure you get your chance if you have your elevator speech
I
or
do.
something.
Well,
yes?
one other. Every time I think of it, there's so much going on with the America's Super Pageant.
Well, the good thing about being on the internet, it's cheap, so you feel free to take as much time
Okay,
as
let
you
me
want.
take some more time.
Yeah.
One of the other awards that Janet gives is the contestant with the most amount of appearances for seatbelt safety wins a $500 award, and that at last year's pageant.
That's really good.
Was me. That was me.
Good for you.
So,
That's really good, though.
It is.
You know, there are so many of these pageants right now that are out there that the prizes, they're nice. We'll just leave it at that.
But this is fantastic.
Yeah.
The prize itself is that you're out there helping people, but
Yeah.
Janet adds that kicker. So
Yeah.
she's
Well,
fabulous.
I liked about Janet's pageant was she was developing a community while she was out there.
Right.
You know, obviously I wasn't involved in girl time and all that, but you could see a lot of friendships were being made, and people are having a fabulous time, an absolutely fabulous time.
It is. It absolutely is. Yep.
Okay. Well, we are getting to that end part, and I have a bunch of buttons to press. You know this is coming.
End part.
Yes.
What does that mean? End
What
part?
that means is it's time for your best pageant wave. You will be graded.
Oh.
You will be graded harshly.
I'm not going to do it because I don't want to say goodbye.
All right. Well, we'll just start over again. Now, okay. Here it comes.
Okay.
This is the fabulous pageant wave of Melanie Cholka. Okay. There you go. Okay. Now, notice she's doing stuff with her head. That is against regulations.
It
but
is?
yes. Yes, that's against regulations.
Well,
but
all you want to see is my hand? Is that what?
no, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. You're doing that so that the light catches the crown. We know what you're up to. That's very, very tricky. Very tricky, but we figured it out over here in the judges box. But that was, by the way, the shimmy shammy.
Yes, it was.
Was the name of that particular
That's what it is.
wave.
And the spark.
Now,
and the
how do you
topsy-turvy
feel
was the...
after a whole parade? How do you feel doing that shimmy shammy? That one looks like carpal tunnel.
You know what? I do have advice.
Okay.
For the wavers.
Okay.
You will see this. You will see politicians doing this. Where are you looking? They're waving over here and they're looking over here. Hi to you. Hello to you. You are actually
face
waving
where
too.
you're waving.
It's very important. Eye contact with whom you are waving. So it's more than just a wave. It's a hello there. I'm happy to meet you.
That is very
It's
important.
advice.
And I'll tell you, in the judges' room, eye contact's even worth more. I have judged pageant gals that refuse to look at me, and I'm kind of like, okay, I'm sorry for you, because it's going to be hard to get a good score if you don't look at your judges. It's kind of a thing.
One of the things that I like to say about when you're in the judging room is, I know it's funny when we talk about, be the crown, when we always talk about, congeniality, but be the queen, conduct yourself as though you are. That's what you do. That's what you do in the judging room.
Well, I feel as a judge, I want to give it to the person that looks like they know what they're going to do and isn't going to be a problem for the director.
Right.
I mean, I'm serious. The director, think about this, pageant participants. Who do you think brings the judges out? That would be the director.
That's right. Yes.
The director doesn't want, or you don't want to give your host a problem for the next, year.
No.
So you're not going to pick the contestant that you think is just going to be a mess all year. So you're looking for somebody that looks like they got a plan. I always say I'm looking for the one that I think has a plan in a drawer and they can just open it up and just start following their plan for the year.
Right.
That
you better know what you're going to do.
They're ready to go.
Just like Vince Lombardi said, when you get to the end zone, pretend like you've been there before. So when you get to the judging room, pretend like you've been there before. I've been in this position before. I know what to do. That's it. Vince Lombardi.
I didn't know you were going to be quoting scripture here tonight.
Yes, Vince Lombardi.
We're from Wisconsin.
That's right. It's important.
It is important. All right. Well, want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We had a great show. Awesome. And I want to thank Janet in the chat room. She was chatty. The rest of you are a little quiet.
We will see you soon.
But yes, we're going to see.
Montana.
Well, you're going to be out there in just a week or so from this.
1 week.
Yeah. So we'll make sure the show is out there like right away.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
So all right, fantastic. Thanks everybody. And why don't we say my goodbye phrase together? Tiara dreams.